Okay, welcome back to our series of the Archon false reality, blah, 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 trying to free ourselves. What did I want to say? So, first of all, boy, I wish I would have done the videos all in one day because I was on a roll that day and I've lost my mojo and I kind of lost what I was saying. So, excuse me, this one might be a little bit different tone and I have to get back in the groove. So, what else did I want to say? I wanted to say that, I'm using what's happening on this planet is not natural, of course. And I think I said this before, but if we were on another 3D planet that was like natural, a natural incarnation, we would not be dealing with the kinds of negative imprints like about our body and all this. We would not be dealing with that. And so what I'm trying to show, regardless if the archons are real or not, what is real is the false reality that has been created. And that false reality is held together by all of these false beliefs that have no basis of cosmic consciousness, of our true self. So it's created a false reality. And what I want to say, what I want you to get from these videos, um, is that we go along in life and maybe we start a self-improvement journey because that's what we're supposed to do, or we start the spiritual journey. And as we're going along and we have these ups and downs and it's really difficult, we blame ourselves. We tend to say, "Oh, I can't do this. Oh my God, this keeps coming up. What's wrong with me? I can't observe my thought. We can't do it's very difficult." And we tend to blame ourselves for everything. Okay, we may be a victim of something, but we blame ourselves, right? We just like, "Oh my God, I can't do this." And what I'm trying to tell you is no, this is not natural and it's being put on you not to make you a victim, but hopefully to give you that warrior spirit so you can say, like, what? There's a being out there that's instilling these thoughts. And all I have to do is say no. Yeah, that's all you need to do. And I want you to get the empowered feeling, that pissed off, like I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, and just say no. Recognize the shit when it comes up and say no. And right there, you're cracking the egg of this false reality, and your true self can start sparkling through. And that's going to break this false reality. Like that's how you ascend. Okay, that's the ascension process. Anyway, so I'm hoping, and also because we have to have a conscious effort, we have to take conscious action. And what I want to also address is, and I just heard this recently again, all you have to do is just say, of course, no, but I revoke all pre-birth soul contract, blah, blah, blah. And boy, did I get a big no. That's not going to help you one iota, because what's already been instilled in your subtle body is your vehicle, okay? Or it needs to be dissolved before you can go anywhere or expand consciousness in order to get out of the trap. Um, those thoughts and feelings are in there. They're alive. You've created it. They've set up the false reality. Your psyche bought into it, and you've created your own false self layered on top of your true self. So you cannot just say, "I revoke all these," and think that you're safe. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen that way. That's my opinion. Oh, I have to say that, right? Oh my God, I'm being a jerk right now. Sorry. Okay, well, let's move on. So we've had all these three levels. Like those are the really dark levels, the first three. It's about the body and our nature. The first one is like you're full of the original sin. Your body is a source of evil. Your nature is a source of evil. I mean, so immediately from the beginning, we're instilling self-hate about the body and life and all this sort of stuff. And then we move up and whoever was instilling the second one is, in and of myself, I am not whole. I need somebody else. I need materialism. I need to, blah, blah, blah. And then we have all kinds of emotions. Oh my gosh, I am not whole by myself. I need somebody. I have to get in relationships, and that goes bad. And we get all kinds of emotions, and the archons are happy and they're feeding. And then we move up to the solar plexus and we decide, oh, okay, I have to better myself now. We're getting there. And the archons are getting a little nervous because you're getting a little bit of self-empowerment and you're recognizing some of this stuff down there may not be true. And the solar plexus is all about, in and of myself, I am not enough. So I have to, like who I am is not enough, and I have to become somebody. I have to achieve something, achieve something. My image is important. It's a dog eat dog world. There's comparison, competitive, whatever. And that also instills even from the spiritual community, you are like a unique spiritual being, and you're here to have a purpose and express your uniqueness. You have to be unique, and it's all about you, and you can create your reality, and it's me, me, me. And you're like, yes, it's me against the world. Like that creates so much meanness and makes everything in your life a personal adventure. A guy cut me off in traffic and now I'm personally upset, right? Because it's all about me. There's no objectiveness. Everything is subject. You know what I'm saying? Everything out there is an object and it affects me personally. I mean, that is by design, because they've created this false you that's separate from the true self, and it's all about separation and your survival. Okay, moving up to the heart. I just had to say that because now you can see, you're like, oh, like, how can you win? It's so crazy. Okay, we're at the heart, the archon that regulates this zone. Is his name is or its name is Adonai, or Adonis. I don't, however you want to say it. In Hebrew, it's Adonai. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He has the ability to peer into your soul and see your desires, fears, and aspirations. Now, the heart is the place of your inner truth. It is the seat of the soul. It is the place where you can activate your divine spark, the monad, okay? The soul is not everlasting. I hate to break it to you, New Agers, teachers that say the soul is your everlasting. No, the soul is all love. No. Okay. Anyway, sorry to say that. The soul eventually needs to be disintegrated, and it will be disintegrated so that you can activate, so that the divine spark activates in you and you have direct access to the monad. Because anyway, I'm getting off topic, but seat of the soul. But what happens? You've created this false you, and it creates an overlay on the heart. So when you're beginning to, move from me to we, oh, unity consciousness, that we're on the spiritual journey. And now I aspire. Remember, Adonis is going to really kind of attack your aspirations. Oh, now I have to be a good person. I'm on the spiritual journey. You see, these things have been imprinted into the spiritual journey. This is the manipulation. And but the overlay, and these are all desires. And so when you go to check your inner truth, you get so many mixed messages because there's a layer of the me from all the other conditioning, and the desires to be good, to desire, and you get conflicting information because we've been taught things like follow your bliss, or this is all feeling energy. Oh, if it feels good, follow it. So what happens is You think when you ask your heart a something, a question, and you get this big, like, oh, yeah, expansive, feels good, enthusiastic. That's a desire. That is the false self desire energy coming forth. So it's real. Anyway, I mean, this is a good playground for Adonis. He's like going to feed on your aspirations or whatever. Okay, what else do I want to say? And this is the area also where you are attacked. It's attacked is just really difficult. Where, okay, I can't find my own inner truth, and I've got to look to teachers and churches and the false idea that other people, you have to be really intelligent to know the truth, or other people have the truth and I don't. This is such a conundrum, but it's a learning process. Anyway, so what Adonis, did I already say this, instills in you is self-doubt. I think I did. No, I did not. Self-doubt. This is where you're the self-doubt zone because you're trying to get to your inner truth. And there's all these forces playing against you, right? These false desires. Okay. Again, I'm going off topic. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting behind myself. I don't know. Yeah. And in regards to the senses, that we're trying to free our senses at each level. The first three, we have smell, we have taste, and we have sight, and now we're at touch. The process of saying no to all of these false beliefs is so that we can free our physical senses so that they have the ability to help us recognize truth in our environment and truth of the cosmos. Okay, so that's why it's important. The heart is the sense. Touch. The heart is also the place of our vital force, prana, chi. So we get attacked energetically here, of course. The heart is the expression of love. It's the seat of the soul. Okay, we get that. I already told you that. And also, it's the seat of your soul, meaning what's imprinted here on your heart that this Archon can really get you on. Like, really, this is where it's really deep in the journey. This is where you will hear voices okay, let me back up. So, what's the soul aspect in your heart? The soul, what is imprinted here is those vasanas and samskaras, like the consistent feelings of separation that you've taken with you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And it will be the same essence, the same feeling, that same, whether it's shame, guilt, repression, it'll be the same. It has followed you the moment you separated. Okay. And that is in here. And I've just lost my train of thought, and it was such a good one. And, I have to put this on pause. This is so embarrassing. Forgive me. I remember. And so when things go wrong and you feel like you're in the dark night of the mind, not the soul just yet, and you start here, oh, just kill yourself. Oh, you're worthless. These are the archons. These are the demonic beings that you've created in your unconscious body that are now really digging in because they're recognizing this is your soul impression, guilt, shame, anger, whatever. You're going to hear voices telling you, and I believe me, I went through this and I recognized in me, holy shit, this is not coming from me telling me that, I mean, and they're vile. And you're going to think this is you talking to you. You're going to think it's your mind, but no, they're going to come in. And I listened and I thought it was my own mind for my entire life until, well, not my entire life, but at a certain point in my journey, many years ago, I was sitting right there on the deck and I was feeling terrible. And all I heard was, "You're a fucking whore, just kill yourself." And I was in enough, and I thought, this did not come from me. It had been a repeated pattern in my mind, but at that moment I recognized this did not come from me. And that's when I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. So I'm just trying to tell you, when you go through this, recognize those thoughts are not yours, but they are playing off your soul's imprint, this Archon, Adonis, and all the little beings in your. This is this is difficult, really difficult. But if you can, what happens is, if you can clear the lower three levels, like, no, you don't have to clear everything. Like what do they say? 50%. Like, you get a good head start. What happens here, they can attack you, but you're what's happening is you're beginning to operate at a level of consciousness and operate at the causal body level. The archons cannot feed on you there. They can influence you for a little bit, because if you're still like working from the three lower layers and the ego, but then eventually that starts breaking down. And as you move more into causal body work, this deep inner work, and your consciousness expands, this is where you have become more of observer slash witness of your life, right? You've separated yourself from three levels. They cannot attack you. You can go through bad times, but they can no longer bring you down. Maybe occasionally, but you're freeing yourself, okay? But you're not totally free. The heart is a battleground, right? Because if it's still got that false layer around it. Okay, what else do I want to say? Um, let's see. Yeah, I wanted to say it in my notes. It says the heart functions outside of the archon's reach, sort of. It's still, because of the lower levels, it can still, it kind of pulls you into the astral realm. Okay. So they can get you, but it is a blah, blah, blah. Um, this is obviously, let's see, the heart is your expressions of love. And what's happening here is we don't really quite understand what love is. We try to mentally express love. That doesn't work. Okay, I don't need to get into that. Yeah, and also what's happened, this is your place of inner truth, and it's also the place of your ability to say the inner yes and no. Now, this will come from the collective and childhood programming, where you know, maybe you learn not to say no, or became a people pleaser. Your inner yes and no has been damaged, but here is where you need to begin to work on it. And um, when you doubt yourself, yeah, the archons know this, because from very beginning, you've never been told you could say yes and no, that you have to agree or not agree to the programming, right? So this is it's been damaged, and this is where you need to work on it. You need to work on it now. Do you have the ability to say no? And if you haven't, then you have to ask, like, please help me say you can ask the cosmos, please say the no, inner no for me, because a lot of people say no and then they feel guilty, right? Then your no is washed out. It has to have a real authority coming from your inner truth. Okay, so anyway, that is the heart level, the instilling, playing on your, like, egg wash. I don't think I've explained that. That's my term. The egg wash, the samskaras of your soul, the feelings of separation that you've felt, they're going to play on that. You're going to hear voices coming in to tell you negative things. Your inner truth is going to be all compromised, and it's going to lead to self-doubt and the inability to recognize and stand in your own authority and say yes to this and no to that. So this is a real battleground. But once you get to this place, you are free. You are free. Not totally free, not liberated consciousness free, but at least free from the archons literally just bringing you down. But they still do work on another level here and there. We'll talk about that later. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.